Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another video starring my mate Bob. Bob's come all the way up from Bourburn, not Sunderland, he's not in Mackham, he lives in Bourburn. He's come to see us, and today he's going to tell you a little bit about glow plugs of Nitro car engines. How are you, Bob?
Right, come in, nice to see you again.
Alright, I've got your bench all clean
for you. Oh, look at that, man.
Cup of coffee and a chair.
Yeah, can't get any better, you know what I mean?
I'll bring the camera in, get yourself stuck in.
Hi everybody. I was overwhelmed with the results, the comments I got last time about rust removal. Thank you very, very much, mostly appreciated. I'm going to do a series of videos about model cars, but I'm going to start at the very beginning, because a lot of people, well, I already know that, but there's a lot of people who won't know that, and there's some fixes and dodges that you might not know, or you possibly will know, so we'll start off from the beginning if you don't mind. Today's video might be broken down in two parts, is about glow plugs for Nitro engines. Now, the first thing, I'm on a bit of a, can you help? I've got a Nitro engine, they're very popular in America, but I can't get the parts for them in the UK. If the parts are available in the UK, but they want too much. And I've had this engine since the 70s. Now, it's in this bag here. I'll get it out the bag. And it's a little Cox aeroplane engine. That's it there. Now, anybody can help regarding the plug heads. New, second-hand, blown ones, I want some. There's a proper glow clip what goes on there to ignite it, and I had one, but it's that old, when I went to use it, it disintegrated the plastic. Now inside here, this back plate here, there's a siphon tube for the carburetor. It's a little, I've tried silicon tube, and it doesn't work. It seems to be the wrong size. So anybody can help us with the tubing, or a proper tube, just let John know and we'll go from there. Thank you very much. Right now then, we're going to be talking about, or doing, these things, what's in here. You see them? Now, this bar, well, it's aluminium, and you call these glow plug caddies. There's one what hasn't got any glow plugs in. I make these, but I'll show you and tell you how to make these at the end of the video. Now, I have 18 cars. There's only 2 of those cars what actually came with manuals. All the rest, the manuals I've had to download, and they're all fairly oldish cars, but the manuals are there if you need them. Now, why I'm telling you about the manuals is because not all model cars, aeroplanes, boats use the same type of glow plug. Now, the thread, that thread in there, and it's all the same size thread. So it's possible on your model engine. Now, I've got one in the bag. Yeah, this is a model car engine. Now I put them in zip bags like this to keep them safe, well oiled, and all that sort of stuff. That's a fairly old engine. You see it's got a glow plug in. Pull start, well oiled. But as I say, I only have 4 cars what uses the same plug. All the rest use different plugs. Now the problem is, they're all the same thread, right? I'll tell you the thread in the end, because a lot of people don't know what size thread they are. They're not a metric thread, they're an imperial thread. Now that plug there is, I'll hold it up with the camera, is what they call a long reach plug, right? This thread bit, it's long. I'll get another plug. That's a short reach plug. Can you see the difference? Put the 2 together. See the difference? One's longer than the other. I know I've got big fat fingers trying to keep them out the way. There you go. Now, because they're the same thread, it's quite possible and it's quite easy to put a long reach plug and a short plug engine. In other words, at once. It doesn't need a long one, it needs a short one. And it's quite easy to put a short one in the engine what needs a long reach plug. Now if you put a short plug in a long reach engine, what takes a long plug I should say, you could be there all day trying to get it started and it won't start because the plug's in the wrong position. Vice versa, if you put a long plug in, the plug could actually hit the top of the piston in the engine and damaging the engine and causing all told grief. Now on the bench I have what I call a cylinder head. That's a cylinder head. People call it burn room, whatever you want to call it. Right? Now some model engines don't have this, it's the separate cap. Some of them do. Right? Now if I put this long reach plug in, right, so if you look at that, you can see the plug's too far in the head. So it's too far in the combustion chamber and the engine wouldn't run right, and as I say, if it was any longer it would actually hit the piston, and that's what you don't want. That's a short reach one. That's the right size plug to go into that cylinder head. The plug's just say fitting flush with the top of the combustion chamber, so there's no chance of the piston hitting the plug and it's at the right place. Because they're the same thread, it's quite, as I said before, it's quite easy to get them mixed up. You can buy these, and there's a good reason why you need to keep your glove plugs safe, if you want to call it the way, safe, is any dirt gets inside one of these engines, any dirt, especially an engine that size, right, see the size difference, you've got to destroy the engine. Now the way I put it to people is, if you imagine this engine or that engine being your motorbike engine or your car engine, and you take the spark plug out and you put a handful down of gravel or sand down your spark plug, it's not going to last very long. Now the piston and that, what's in these is tiny really, and it's a chrome bore. It won't take much for them to get scratched up, and then the engine's knackered. You're going to have to buy a new barrel, new piston and all that sort of stuff. So always keep your glow plugs safe. Not rolling around in your tool bag, not rolling around in your toolbox, not in whatever. Put them in somewhere. It could be a plastic bag. Put them safe. You can go on John's favourite site where he gets his stuff from, Banggood being one of them, and you can buy a box like this. Now this box is good for keeping your small parts in and also keeping your glow plugs in, because if you open it up, like we've done there, each one of these is a little box. So you can put a glow plug in there with a couple of spare washers, put it in there, and there's nuts and bolts. If you add nuts and bolts, put them in there. They're all in one place. Now what I like about this particular one, it's got a hanging hook. There. Yeah, I think you can hang it up like that. So not only can you put it in your bag, but it's there, right? Simple. Now I make copper washers. Now, some of you out there may think, what, you make copper washers? Yeah, I've tried, and I've more than tried, to buy proper copper washers for the glow plugs. That's these things here. You see them? The little copper washers, 2 of them. I've got a big bag for them somewhere, I can't find them. Now, John will know, I know, when you take your car in for a service and they change the engine oil, they'll put a new sump plug. When they take the sump plug, drain the oil, they'll put a new washer on. Now some of them washers is copper, some of them washers are aluminium, and some of them washers is called doughty washers. It's like a metal washer with a rubber ring on the inside. The reason you replace them, because there's no guarantee that that washer is not being damaged and start the leak when you put the engine back in, put the oil back in. So I make them. We might do a video on how to make them. Now I can buy them, sort of, and I'll just by instance, I'll have a rut. John's got some copper washers right next to his bench. There's one. Now the trouble is with that might be the right size internal diameter, but it's the wrong size external diameter. So you might think, well, what's that? Why does the outside diameter? Because it won't go in some cases where the glow plug goes in the motor. It's got a restricting round it. It's too small. And vice versa, I can get ones what's the right size on the outside, but too little on the inside. Now, there isn't any in there, but never mind. So I make them. We might do a video on make. Right, so that's glow plugs. Now what does a glow plug do? Well, on your normal engine, your normal petrol engine, you have, I brought one with me, where did I put it? Oh, put it somewhere, there it is, it's hiding. And when that's not, I know it's not a spark plug. It's not a glow plug, it's a spark plug. One of these. It's for the weed whacker, as you would call it in America, or a garden strimmer, or garden blower, or whatever. Basically, you should service your strimmers and that once a year, put a new plug in, or blah, 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 right? Now, it comes in a bubble pack, right? But it's different, but it has an ignition coil or an ignition circuit. When it needs to, there's a spark jumps across the gap in there. That's the ignition. Now, a model engine, one of these engines, you can get them, but these particular ones, there is no ignition. There's no coil pack. There's no hall sensor. There's no nothing. It just relies on the glow plug. Now, the glow plug is a very clever bit of kit. It stays hot enough for when it's initially being fired to keep the engine running. Right? Now, this is that long range plug we showed you earlier on, and I'm going to put it on a glow stick. This is what this is. Not something you wave around at an Elton John concert. It's a glow start or whatever you call them. Now, I have good ones and I have bad ones. I want to show you some of the bad ones and what you can do. This is one of my good ones. So anyway, you put that in there, plug it in, and I don't know if John's camera can see it. It's actually glowing. When there's a camera involved, nothing goes right. Right. It's glowing. It's glowing red hot. That's all it needs to ignite the fuel